But you get the suggestions by this point. So anyway, so now let's go ahead and move on to the halfway point in terms of Future Dream. So I can't even believe that despite we actually getting quite slow in areas, but aside from that though, we actually just managed able to get some turns quicker. So, and it looks like then Luigi's gonna be able to hop onto this little shuttle by go-round shuttle kind of way. So because of this though, you're able to actually grab even more coins from here. So either way though, and basically in this particular event, it's just you're gonna have to able to hold the A button to ascend, and then release the A button to descend. So yeah, that's something worth noting for this event. So there's not much else to say here, apart from the fact that you were able to have, you know, 30 seconds on your time limit. So I guess that makes it a little bit more obvious for that certain time. So yeah, there's not much else to this event though. It's just pretty simple and self-explanatory thing, so there's not much else to tell. Oh yeah, something worth noting for is the fact that obviously during the forms of today's uploading schedule by this point today is just that today's day is of course the Sunday the 4th today, in this case in July, in 2021. And as I said to you guys earlier is the fact that, well, I'll talk more about that whenever we get into the forms at the very end of this board. So, yeah, that's something worth noting for. So it looks like that Mini Bowser's now going to be hop onto this teleportation pad. And, well, at least you might think about it that the next star is going to be on the left, at the left island, which you guys should probably already know by that point. So there's no point for mentioning that. And you get a Paratrooper capsule again, so I have no idea why I say things like that, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's see if we can get a high roll here. Oh, does that mean I am slightly off a bit? Oh, this isn't good. This is not good at all when it comes to landing on a Bowser space. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. But let's see what events is it going to be this time around. And of course we got Bowser minigame, which despite that we only got one minigame left, which is unfortunately is a luck-based one, but luckily we are doing an easier minigame again, Cajun Cooking, so thankfully I found this one still really easy, because, you know, unlike Skuldron Cauldron, that, you know, it's like a luck-based minigame. And to top it all off, that I'm presuming that minigame is actually kind of feels like some sort of like a rehash minigame from Mario Party 4 called Hide and Go Boom, where it kind of does the same thing, except they're missing the Y button. So instead of the forms of the well, you know what I mean. So, and of course I still managed to survive this, and meanwhile for Luigi and Mini Bowser of all things, they somehow managed able to lose, and they're also able to lose half of their coins. So that might be seems unfortunate for them, especially noticeable they haven't got, you know, enough faster timing and what have you to able to do button presses and here and there. Although I tell you what though, originally I was expecting to get a 10, but unfortunately I haven't got a 10, so oh well, no big deal, especially noticeable that, well, things just happen most of the time, so, but anywho, that's maybe seems the case, mind you. So, new minigame, Panic Pinball. Control the pinball flippers with your teammate and try to get the most points. The team with the most points wins. I do like this minigame, actually, because it's almost like some sort of like a chaotic, pinball machine of all things, and you can basically just press the A button to able to flip the, well, flippers, basically. And, the more you're able to actually mash the A button, as the most insane amount of times you can able to actually just, let the ball fly in and all that stuff. But, don't be too, reckless, though, because sometimes you might accidentally just manage able to send your pinball right onto the other side of the table. So because of that, though, just something to keep that in mind, so just in case you don't wanna, like, you know, lose and all that stuff though, which even then though. And by the way, taking a notice from the likes of, well, technically Bowser's Big Blast and also Bowser's Bigger Blast, except it's not luck-based, luckily. But every time you hit the Bowser face in the actual the center of the table. Basically, if it starts to reach 0, at least if we, hopefully we can able to hit that, basically when it gets to 0, a whole multiple balls manage to come in. So because of this though, that's the thing I liked about this minigame, because it's all fun and chaotic and all that stuff. Even though, mind you, I haven't beaten my high score though, so either way though, whatever, because either way though, we still managed to win regardless of anything else. Although, mind you, I think I actually got that record ever since in, well, let's just say in 2012 or something, which that maybe seems the case though, so, yeah, kudos to my, records count, I suppose, but, still. And it looks like that Luigi still got enough coins, because obviously that, you remember with that Bowser event, that obviously he lose half of his coins, so at least still he managed to got that star, so... Oh well, beggars cells can be choosers, if only if I could get the higher roll, if possible, which is 10. And then if Daisy managed to able to get like 3 or higher, then she would able to actually get herself her star, because she hasn't got any stars at the moment, so... Yeah, that maybe seems the case. And it looks like that Luigi might able to actually go back into the other island, but he was off by 1 coin to able to purchase the next star. Even though I might try to able to get it, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, wait a second, I think Mini Bowser's gonna aim for that. Assuming if he gets like a good rolls and all that stuff, which that might be totally seems the case, so but we'll see what happens there. Okay, so it looks like that you know, Luigi managed to go back into the same island as he goes. So yeah, that might be seems unlucky for that part right there. And let's see what Daisy's gonna go for. She might go for a 5. Okay. And oh, she lands on a DK space. I wonder if she might able to get her chance to able to actually get that star somehow. But we'll see. In this case, DK roulette as it is. So, God knows if she might able to actually beat DK for that circumstances anyway. Okay, so 5. Will she ever get that? Oh, not that enough, high enough. Well, that might be seems unfortunate for her. Well, for Daisy anyway, so... Sucks to be you. Okay, so, yeah, I get the feeling that, Mini Bowser's definitely gonna go and purchase that next star. In fact, he got enough coins to do that, so... At least despite he actually uses the Lakitu capsule, so just in case he can able to steal Luigi's item and such, which to be more specifically Yukiki capsule and such. So, yeah, that might be seems the case. Okay, so it looks like that Mini Bowser gets a 6, and sure enough, he makes it towards the star, so... That's fine by me, especially noticeable how the fact that after all he was in 3rd place. I'm more concerned about worrying about Luigi though, just because if he managed able to, you know, get lucky with all these dice rolls and everything, what's the next star space is now gonna take place? Okay, it's on the right island, so that should be alright for me. And in fact the matter is though, is the fact that this board, I don't suppose I actually mentioned about this, but I'm gonna mention this anyway, that in terms of difficulty stars in this board, according to the instruction booklet, this board is actually a 3-star ranking difficulty, because obviously something to do with island hopping and all that stuff, and not to mention though is the fact that, okay, so thankfully the Bob-omb capsule event has been gone completely, so thankfully the star space has managed to able to get rid of those capsule events, luckily. Although, unlike in Mario Party DS though, that if you're trying to place the actual hex traps, basically the actual, the hex traps doesn't go away, if I recall correctly, even though it has been, you know, a couple of days since actually coming back into, you know, Mario Party DS, because, we're still waiting for the forms of, new games to come out for the likes of Nintendo Switch, as you know, like, for instance, that, you know, we only still got, 2 weeks left, or to be more specifically, 12 days left for now, for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, so because of this though, yeah, still pumped for that. Especially noticeable how the fact that, well, you know, I'm actually very glad that the HD remastered port is coming. So because of that though, because thankfully I don't need to able to grab that game again on the Wii U eShop version, because I still managed to get the physical Wii version, just because of this cool Wii menu startup boot up screen, and also I'm perfectly fine with that. So aside from, you know, low resolution and stuff like that, which I'm totally fine with, but still, I can't deny about the actual comparisons between quality and such. And hey, look at that, I've managed to go up 36, sorry, of those flowers. I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry, just because I think I was slightly tired today. Well, mainly it's because of how the fact that, well, usually relatively speaking, it's just how boiling the weather is today. So because of this though, I'm still wearing some sun cream for, you know, just to not get burnt by the actual sun heat, and also just trying to stay positive for the most part, just because, well, you know, you probably get the idea about this specific solution in mind. So, alright, so it looks like Luigi's now going back onto this island here, and sure enough, you'll get cursed mushrooms, so yeah, that might be totally get the gist of it, so... Oh yeah, there's one little capsule thing that I suppose that I don't think I actually mentioned about this at all, for the sake of the forms of this particular channel, or in this case, you know what I mean. I already mentioned about the forms of the Chain Jump capsule, as well as the Chance capsule, and even the forms of the Bone capsule, but also there is, you know, Twister capsule, which I've already mentioned, but there is also the special capsule called the Miracle capsule. And what's the actual capsule will do, you might be wondering? Well, you might be thinking to yourselves, oh man, this capsule is useless. But until you figure out, ah, darn it, I just landed on a happening space. Although, I was hoping I can able to go on to the next island or what have you. Like, please, I beg of you, I want to go to the right island, please. Please. Please take me there. Even though still it's a bit random though, but thank you. Thank you very much for able to actually listen to my comments. Anyway though, if you're trying to able to like grab one of those miracle capsules, well, only one of them to be more specific, that you only have like you only have an option to able to either keep it or discard it, or well, just keep it as it is. Because if you manage to able to get 3 of the same miracle capsules, basically what that affects you, well, if you're following through the actual YouTube channel called Mario Party Legacy YouTube channel, they should probably recommend, by the way, because he was quite a Mario Party expertise. Ah, I didn't press the R button because I know the odds. Ah, drat, I wasn't paying attention. Fine, I'll just lose anyway, but is it this one maybe? Well, at least I got that right. I bet that Luigi and Daisy were able to win this for sure. Well, depending if they don't suck. Yep, sure enough, they already know. Well, these two love couple wins. Well, to be more specifically for Luigi and Daisy, to be more specific. Oh well, no big deal, because, well, obviously I wasn't paying attention, so... Anyway, what happens if you do manage to grab all 3 capsules? Well, especially noticeable if you're in far behind for first place, or to be more specifically, if you're in 4th place, something magically will happen. To be more specifically, if you grab 3 capsule, well, miracle capsules from the capsule machine, basically what this allows you to do is that you can able to actually steal stars from first place, like all the stars, and even all the coins. So because of that though, that will actually help you out, even if you really want to catch up for certain, you know, distributions, or to be more specifically, for these little, you know, precisions and all that stuff. But, yeah, God knows you can able to actually feel lucky with that. But, anywho. And also something's worth mentioning for is the fact that I'm pretty sure that some toy sales, or especially noticeable for Maxi's sake, that basically they've mentioned this already, that sadly the PSP store on the PlayStation Store has been officially closed down. So because of that, though, I totally understand, because I managed to test it out during a couple of days ago whenever I managed to win back onto the PlayStation Store on my PlayStation Portable when I was about to be able to be playing the next PlayStation Portable game on my own time, which is of course Ape Escape P, or Mega Man Powered Up for the Mega Man remake, and turns out they didn't show us anything in the actual store. So because of that, though, yeah, I just felt a little bit more, well, sorry for that. So anyway, I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or higher. 7 or higher, or 3, and the answer is 8. So I should get the star in the process. Although if I get the 3, then I should be able to actually land on the Chain Jump capsule event. So, I mean, that will actually help me out for a bit, but didn't get a chance to, but oh well. Not the end of the world, honestly, but it knows what it is, so... Yeah, I've now got 3 stars, and I managed to grab 55 coins, and the next star is right next to Mini Bowser, so... God knows if someone is gonna make it, or me, but we'll see what happens until the next turn. So, honestly, when it comes to the difficulty with the sport, I think I should probably be able to give this, like, 2-star difficulty, as opposed to, 3 stars. I have no idea why I say things weirdly enough. It's mainly because, well, I'm still not a big fan of, let's just say, island hopping boards, most likely, just because, obviously, you have to do the ridiculous amount of, dice rolls that you have to able to make it onto certain islands or what have you, but he knows what happens. But anyway, so here we go with Rumble ready again, so I guess this is the second time we're actually going to be playing this, for sure. Even though that my partner companion Luigi doesn't do anything at all, for me. Although apart from the fact that, well, Mini Bowser just messed it up completely, because he doesn't do very well with timing with rumbling and all that. But on the upside for Luigi though, he's pretty much get the hang of it. But, you know, you probably get the idea about the fact that with the actual news and updates, I just want to keep you guys occupied with all these news updates or anything else like this, so... And hooray, we did somehow win! Again. Oh yeah, and also another thing as well is that, obviously that we haven't got long enough away from the likes of, well, according to the forms of several reports and stuff, in regards of the forms of the next My Little Pony movie, which is apparently is going to be focusing on Generation 5, and, well, it's gonna get closer to its release on Netflix, but, we'll see what happens in due time, so... Anyways, last 5 turns, so I'm in first, Luigi's second, Mini Bowser's in third, and Daisy's in last, so... Can we possibly get a different event this time? Well, let's just find out. And this is the 4th time in a row that we are getting coin multipliers, so... Yeah, we still haven't found out about... what I've noticed on another one of those roulette events is that another one of those events contains... Well, I've already mentioned about this before, that 5 stars in a board, which can be a little bit more hectic, to say the least. And also to top it off is all red spaces will turn into Bowser spaces exponentially, and I suppose that's about it. So anyway, so it looks like Luigi does manage to take 10 coins from Daisy from that, you know, the Spiny Capsule event. So I'm sure enough though that he will able to catch up to me almost for the actual amount of coins, so... But honestly, trying to land on the red spaces can be a bit brutal in this title just because of, well, you now need to deal with the forms of coin multiplier for like 3 coins into 9 coins, so... Well, it's unlike in, you know, the previous titles for sure, that it's always 6, so... And sure enough, Daisy got lucky with her dice rolls for pretty much for the sake of convenience, that she's probably gonna steal a star from me, so... Yeah, lucky you. Just lucky you are. Fine, be that way, but at least you were able to actually didn't get any single stars in this board so far. But I digress. it seems kind of weird that both Princess Peach and Princess Daisy managed to able to do this precision like this, as you see. Like, it kind of does the same thing on Mario Party 4 in Koopa Seaside Soiree. I'm guessing it's because mainly due to the fact that they don't want to ruin their little skirt or dress. So, I'm guessing that makes it totally obvious or something. Or maybe I may be wrong. But either way though, I need a like 10 or higher, even though 10 might be the highest, but darn it, I got a 6. But that's okay, because, well, assuming if no one else is actually near to the star yet though, but either way though, I definitely know that Luigi's definitely going to be closer to one, but luckily for me, I land on a mushroom space. And in this case, I've got myself just a mushroom capsule, so how's that for my luck dice roll kind of way? So yeah, that's as far as I can say in terms of how Future Dream plays out, and also some of these other events I'd like to talk about, but I think you might as well get the gist of it, so... Okay, so we are playing Hotel Goomba again, so yeah, not much else to say about this for the most part, so... Yeah, you get the gist of it, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and solve these mini puzzles while trying to shove over those Goombas into one spot, and, well, trying to solve as many room puzzles and all that stuff, so, but I digress. So yeah, something's worth mentioning for this point as well. I managed to able to actually go on to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on the N64 recently, mainly due to the fact that I was going to be able to complete, you know, the N64 version of Majora's Mask as well, because obviously we've already completed on our own time for the 3DS version back in 2017, and I think it's about time for me to go on to the original version of the game, which obviously it does require the expansion pack, because without one, then, you know, you can't play Majora's Mask, which can be same applies for Donkey Kong 64, so you probably get the gist of how the factor with the expansion pack kind of system accessory, so... And it looks like Luigi gets a 3, but he'll get the happening space, so in this case, what item is he gonna go for? So in this case, he's probably gonna get... just a mushroom capsule, because obviously he messed it up with actual matching slots, so I'm cool with that. And Daisy gets an 8, and, well, I can assure to you that she might able to actually duel against with me. And how do I know that? Well, because obviously that she's probably going to land on a mushroom capsule event space, so in this case she might able to duel against with me with stars. So, I'm gonna be, fine with this, for the most part, as long as, you know, it's not gonna be completely random and luck, which I'm hoping I'm not gonna come across to those. And once again, we are playing Sky Survivor again. Oh jeez, I've not played any of the other two minigames either, which, seems kind of odd by saying this, but, seriously, why is it always Sky Survivor? Which... Again, I don't mind this at all, especially noticeable how fun this minigame can be, but either way though, we'll find out and see what happens there. So, looks like so far so good for me. I didn't get hit just once, and it looks like that Daisy, she's probably, not gonna lie, doing well so far? Like, you know, trying to dodge every single of those, you know, oh, now she's got hit. Ooh, okay, this is getting a little bit more chaotic than ever before, and I somehow got hit, but that's okay. Ah, dang it. Come on, just only one more hit. Just one more hit will do. Or, you know, just do as it is, like that. There you go. I managed able to give my payback by able to actually steal my star. From the likes of the actual chain jump, of course. So, yeah, you get the gist of it. So, yeah. And that pretty much leads me back up to 3 stars, and plus I might as well get another one, thanks to the forms of that mushroom thing I just managed to got, from the likes of the previous turn. So, everything else goes all fine and dandy for my book. Especially if we're able to try to, you know, win this particular board, so... And it looks like Mini Bowser gets a 6, so in this case, he's probably gonna go down here. And, well, he might as well land on the blue space, no matter what. And what capsule is he gonna go for? A Twister capsule, of course. Of course, it's always gonna be like this, so... Yeah, that's totally obvious there. And I'm not gonna use my Bullet Bill capsule because I'm gonna use my mushroom item straight away. So 1, it's terrible, and 10, excellent. So that should still give me enough space or movement to able to actually just grab the actual star itself. So now I'm at 4 stars, so top notch for mighty, well, victoryness, I suppose. And now the next star space is now back onto the first island, so I don't know if someone else is gonna make it for this point right there, but I'll see what happens there. So I could go over there, but not now though. I'm just gonna go, you know, straight down. So either way though. And it looks like I'm gonna duel against with Mini Bowser, so yeah. And oh boy, we got a Bowser capsule. Uh-oh. So this means that, you know, Bowser space will appear in any random choice with these any red spaces in particular. And it's placed right next to where Daisy is. And it's kind of funny that how Mini Bowser shows up on the left and then Bowser shows up on the direct center, which I found is kind of funny. But despite the fact that Mini Bowser doesn't interact with Bowser or anything, so... Aside from, you know, story mode and all that stuff, which, again, we'll show off a bit of story mode and train at some point after we finish up with the boards. So, once again, I'm gonna bet for 10 coins, and, well, everything else goes all, come together for tuition, so I have no idea why he's saying things like that. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. I hate this minigame in a huge passion. I hate this minigame so much. Get a rope. Select one of the 3 ropes to pull. The results are completely random. And this is, in my opinion, the worst example of the minigame that should never be in a Mario Party game, and the most biggest violator of what's wrong with these listed minigames to begin with, as I mentioned this before, is get a rope. That the entire purpose of this minigame can be summed up those words, like you pull a rope, and someone just randomly wins. Not only because it's how stupidly luck-based this is, but also, get this, it also shows how freaking lazy the developers were when they come up with some of these minigaming concepts. So as a result though, yeah, this minigame just blows. It really blows because it sucks. It also doesn't help about the fact that there's actually technically, the sequel predecessor to this, on the Mario Party 6, but we'll get to that at some point, believe me. Ugh, seriously, I just hate that minigame. Despite that, I somehow win somehow, but that's kind of, well, surprising, because despite how that minigame was terribly, terribly luck-based, and also if you're trying to win for stars, well, good luck, because otherwise you will gonna get screwed, because you never know if you're gonna able to win or not. So, and also I believe that get a rope concept doesn't make it make its return in Mario Party the Top 100, thankfully, but technically in the forms of the minigame match mode, it did sort of bring it back, but only in forms of a smaller event, like if someone's gonna get the star balloon first, or participating in the dueling glove. And yeah, it really kind of blows, so yeah. I just have no idea why I'm feeling so much more depression with how terrible get a rope is. Like, seriously, screw that. Hey, believe me, there's gonna be a lot of luck-based minigames in this title this time around, as opposed to in the future Mario Party games. They don't happen as often from the several of those luck-based minigames for sure. Maybe some of them from 6, and some of them from... I just got squished. Oh well, no matter, because we somehow still win. Thanks to, you know, Mini Bowser still managed to survive in the actual ground, so kudos to you, Mini Bowser. Kudos to you. So, yeah, there's not much else to say from here. But at least I'm still pretty much in the lead for the coin star as well as the minigame star for sure. Now, as far as happening spaces are concerned, it's actually kind of tough. Well, we'll find out until, you know, when we reach at the very end of Future Dream. So of course we got the last 3 turns. So I've no idea why that Luigi just managed able to place his mushroom capsule onto the actual space right there, which at first I thought he's gonna use it by himself, like trying to catch up to the actual star or something. But it knows what it is, so when it comes to computer AI, just managed to do whatever they want. So meanwhile, Daisy's gonna use her Lakitu capsule to steal Mini Bowser's Twister capsule item, so I guess that's fair enough. At least depending if she's either gonna use it or trying to toss it into one of those any spaces as she wants to will be, so... Anyway, so it looks like she gets 7 and 4, so that makes 11. So, yeah, at first I thought she's gonna go for a whole lucky 7s, and that way she'll probably gonna get, let's just say, like, 30 coins? So, even though I haven't exactly looked upon it that much though, mainly it's because, well, I'm sort of, like, used to it, the forms of, well, I have no idea, and it has been a couple of days since I actually did done some of my, you know, commentary and stuff like that, even though despite the fact that I was, quite sweating around in my room at the moment, even though I did have, occasional fan on, but, usually I just turn my fan on just in case I, don't want to hear you guys any disturbance with the actual sound and everything, but that's how it is for my, videos usually worked out when it comes to like summer related videos and stuff like that, so but I digress. Nah, I might not use that because I get the feeling that it looks like that the other players managed to get away from me in time, so I'm just gonna, you know, just trying to keep it as it is for the bullet bill capsule to able to, well, you know what I'm saying. So either way though, what space am I gonna land on? Okay, just blue space. I'm alright with that, and yeah, all things comes together in mind, which I have no idea why I say things so many times like this, but it's just that it's kind of hard to explain, because even then though, that I just, well, somehow felt slightly boiling, but hopefully by that time until next day or something, well, at least expecting that the temperature might be still a bit high, but I honestly don't mind about that at all, whilst unlike let's just say last year gone pretty terrible for me, just because of the lack of going on holidays and all that stuff, which is kind of the suckiest thing in the world, from the likes of, you know, 2020, which let's not mention about that right now, just because, you know, we're still in a decent year at best, by the forms of, you know, 2021 for sure, so yeah, you probably get the idea about that. So of course we are still playing Pushy Penguins, and I somehow still win, without a doubt, which I'm pretty good at, but you probably get the idea, and you know me, so yeah, who knows as such. Alright, I believe we are now on the last 2 turns, but we are getting there, so either way though, it's just that, you know, certain events might take a bit longer due to the forms of cinematic scenes and all that stuff, which is true. But sometimes you can't help it, so... Which I already said this loads of times already, since, ever since the beginning of this particular Let's Play in mind, so, well, to be more specifically, since, well, Toy Dream, so... Anyway, so it looks like Daisy's now gonna place her Twister capsule onto that specific blue space, and she gets 10 and a 4. So, I bet that she will definitely gonna get that star for sure. Just because, well, she actually got herself a pretty good dice rolls, so yeah, she's probably gonna go after it now, so even though, no, not to be more specific though, but at least she'll probably get her 1 star from now on, for herself at least, rather than just, you know, stealing stars from me from that chain jump, even though that Mini Bowser was almost gonna be closer to the star, but of course Daisy just managed to able to get a huge amount of dice rolls, and in fact she actually got enough. Even if she gets like 13, she will be like 1 space away, so I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good luck for her part. But anyway, so everyone else got the star now, so let's see what the next star space is going to be at. Well, it's going to be right back onto the right island for sure, so I don't suppose if I was going to originally try to go back there, but I was already too late because I managed to go back onto the first island, so who cares about that, honestly. So, okay, so Mini Bowser gets a 7, and for whatever reason, he just wants to go onto the left island, so despite the fact that he was just managed able to go like 2 stars and 30 coins, so... And what space is he going to land on? Well, I can definitely tell you for surely, he's probably going to land on that particular blue space, so... Yeah, that's all I can honestly say about that here. Alrighty, my turn. I don't know if I can able to use this though, because I get the feeling I wasn't near to anyone yet, so I wasn't near to where Daisy is, so... Oh boy, we got ourselves a coin event. I'm hoping it should be a good one, not so much the evilest one of them all though. Oh, okay, it's just the Paratrooper capsule event, so I'm alright with this, even though sometimes that it doesn't give me that much rewarding if you know, get the highest amount of coins as you probably would've, but you know what I mean. So in this case, that everyone else's coins will be taken away from 15 coins, so... Alright, so... There's not much else to say, so yeah, can we just move on? I know I can't help it, because even then though, it's just that, you know, some long cinematic cutscenes just managed to able to make the game sometimes dragged on at points, which I must admit though, that must have been true, so... Alright, we've already played these already, so there's not much else to tell, so but at least we're still missing, you know, quite a few minigames in particular, so likely so, that, yeah, there's not much else to say. But at least on the upside is though, we are doing baseball again, but in forms of Dingo Derby again, so, yeah, that's not much else to say. In fact, whenever we get onto the forms of the extra side modes or anything else like that, we can at least still able to actually show some of these remaining minigames for sure. To be more specifically with some of these dual minigames I still haven't get a chance to play yet, or sudden battle minigames, or you know, the rest of the 4-player minigames, or even sometimes team-based minigames, even though that I'm also able to actually gonna be like... not to spoil anything just yet though, just because, well, relatively speaking, we haven't got to the extra modes yet, so, And of course, in the end, I got 22 baseballs, so I'm alright with that score, even though I haven't beaten my, my previous record though, but at least I did try, so either way though, couldn't imagine if I was gonna able to go back into that minigame again, until in one of those side modes in the minigame mode that, wow, couldn't imagine if I was trying to aim for 30 points if possible. But again, we'll have to wait and find out until whenever we get into the forms of the future weekends in time, to be more specifically with the majority of, well, let's just say in August, because either way though, that I'm sure enough we're able to get these, the last 3 boards done, at some point in this month in particular, in July, so... But I digress, so now the next star space is exactly on the forms of the right island again, so yeah, that's kind of a weird situation like this. Well, I should probably point things out as well, is that I'm pretty darn sure that, well, obviously in Mario Party 5 does manage to able to have like 6 different star spots, so, or star spaces as far as I'm concerned, so yeah, at least that's something, alright, able to actually forgot to mention about that, ever since I totally forgot to mention about since the very beginning, so, oh well, no big deal. Now of course we got the last turn, so yeah, I think everyone else is all set, all things considered. And let's see if I can get, ooh, a 7. So, in this case, what space am I gonna land on? Let me check on the map. I might land on a blue space, or another blue space. Oh, I really don't want to able to land on that Piranha Plant capsule event, because that will screw me up. So, in this case though, I have to be safe, so good thing I did, so... And of course we're going back onto Heat Stroke again, so at least we already played this before since, well, since the 10th turn, so... At least we're hoping we don't mess this up this time, at least I hope so anyway, because again, sometimes the actual single player animations can be a bit too fast for my taste, which... That might be my only major gripe I have with this minigame, because it just feels kind of almost broken at times. Especially with the forms of almost caught off guard, with the actual, like, you know, fake swing and such. Ah, so close! We literally just got about, you know, 2 platforms left, or in this case, we only got 1 platform left until we win. But we're literally so close on that part, if only with the timing is a bit strict. But oh well, whatever, we'll just take a loss then. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, in terms of Future Dream. Not my favorite board, but either way though, I found that board kind of decent. Well, at least for me anyway. Well, it wasn't even compared to the forms of the finale board, which I'll talk more about that. Until specifically, like... by the end of this month in particular, so of course we got minigame star, obviously to me, because I'm glorious with those, you know, minigame stars as always. Coin star, pretty much be me, because I am pretty much rich for money, cash, and all that stuff. And finally, the happening star, if it's gonna be me or Luigi, I think my bet it'll be me. Oh! I surprisingly managed to get the happening star. Well, it's a good thing I didn't manage to land on those stupid rocket spots too many times. But of course I did manage to win the board anyway, so yeah, my 5th victory for Mario Party 5. Get it? 5 victories in Mario Party 5, or 5 wins in particular. That's why I get the feeling from it. But anyway, let's have a look at the detailed results here. Let's have a look. Oh wow, looks like that... I shocked that Luigi almost tried to catch me up with the mini games or what have you, especially noticeable with the actual coin star in mind too. So, but at least he doesn't have enough. So, yeah, I guess that usually makes it a little bit more obvious choice or something. Now I somehow got 4 happening spaces, and Luigi almost kinda catches me up on that though. And yeah, I suppose that's pretty much about it. So, next time, in terms of the forms of Mario Party 5 Let's Play, up next it will be Sweet Dream Board. And here's the thing, I'm gonna take a weekend break for next weekend, so I'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. So, I'll see you until then. Later.